Eddie's Garden and How to Make Things Grow by Sarah Garland. Eddie's Garden and How to Make Things Grow. "Can I have a garden of my own?" said Eddie. "Okay," said Mom. "And me," said Lily. Mom wrote a list, and they went to the garden shop. They bought seeds and a bag of earth and some flower pots. "Pots for me," said Lily. "What makes plants grow?" asked Eddie. "What makes you grow?" asked Mom. "Food," said Eddie. "Drink for me," said Lily. "That's just what plants like," said Mom. "Food from the earth. Rain to drink. Air to breathe. And sun for light and warmth." "Let's get digging," said Eddie. It was hard work digging up the grass and weeds, but the earth was rich and crumbly and full of worms. "Stop that, Lily!" cried Mom. "Worms are good for the earth, but they are not good for eating." "Worms for me," said Lily. Eddie raked the earth smooth, ready for the pea seeds. Mom showed Eddie how to scratch a line in the earth with a twig, and how to put the pea seeds in along the line, one at a time, and carefully cover them up. They collected some long sticks, and Mom pushed them into the ground. "This can be a hideout for you and Lily," she said. "Bean plants will grow right up the sticks to make your bean den." She dug a hole beside each stick, and Eddie dropped a bean into every hole and filled each hole with earth. Eddie watered all the seeds with his watering can. "Water me," said Lily. And he did try, but "No, don't," said Mom, just in time. When Eddie went to bed that night, Mom read him the story of Jack and the beanstalk. Eddie thought about his bean plants growing up into the sky and how he would be like Jack and climb up the beanstalk, higher and higher until he could touch the clouds. Next morning, Eddie wanted to sow more seeds. "Let's put some of these in pots," said Mom. "Then we can look after them more easily." So they collected flower pots, seed trays, yogurt pots, an oil can, and one old boot, and filled them with earth from the bag. Eddie watered the earth until it was soaking wet. Then they chose their seeds: sunflower and marigold seeds, nasturtiums and broccoli, purple chard and sweet corn, and a pumpkin seed for Lily. They put in their seeds carefully and covered them up with earth. "Pumpkin for me," said Lily, and she dug up her pumpkin seed to see whether it had grown. "Put it back, Lily. It doesn't grow that fast," said Eddie. So plants do need time as well to grow up. Days passed. The rain rained and the sun shone warm. Every day Eddie and Lily looked to see whether their seeds had sprouted. At last, a strong green stem pushed out of the earth. It was Lily's pumpkin plant. It straightened up and opened 2 fat leaves. "Like me," said Lily. Soon all the seeds were sprouting. Sunflower and lettuce, peas and sweet corn, carrot and broccoli, Swiss chard and marigold, and all the flowers that they planted. Eddie worked hard in his garden. He watered the plants when they were dry, and he pulled up the weeds. When Lily's pumpkin plant grew too big for its pot, he showed her how to dig a hole in the garden to plant it in, so its roots could grow deep into the ground. "Hey, Lily, maybe that hole is a bit too big," said Eddie. Then he dug a hole for his sunflower plant, right in the middle of the garden. As the weeks went by, it grew as high as Eddie, then even higher and higher still, until a fat bud grew at the top. Bud is like a baby flower that's going to open up. And then it opened out into an enormous yellow sunflower. Granddad came round. He was so surprised he had to sit down. "Wow, Eddie, your garden is amazing," he said. They walked around the garden together. "Do you know what, Granddad?" said Eddie. "Some caterpillars eat lettuces, but birds eat caterpillars. And some bugs eat leaves and flowers, but ladybirds and hoverflies eat the bugs. And bees make honey from flowers, and we like eating honey." "Worms for me," said Lily. "Well, worms also mix the earth up, and that's good for plants," said Granddad. Eddie found a slug. "Oh dear," said Granddad. "Slugs eat up plants in the garden, especially at night." "Uh-oh," said Eddie. Now he's worried that his garden is going to be destroyed if the slugs come in. That night, Eddie couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about slugs munching and crunching in his garden. He went downstairs in his pajamas. "What's up, Eddie?" called Mom. "I'm going on a slug hunt," said Eddie. "Wait for me," said Mom. By torchlight and moonlight, they soon found 16 slugs that were eating up Eddie's plants. They put them in a bucket for Mom to throw away and went back upstairs. "That was a brilliant idea, Eddie," said Mom as she kissed him good night. The next day was fine and sunny, perfect for a picnic. Eddie, Lily, and Mom went out into the garden and picked peas and carrots and lettuces and sweet corn and a big pumpkin. Mom cut the pumpkin up. "We'll keep some of these seeds to grow next year," she said. Eddie rolled out pastry for pumpkin pie. "Peas for me," said Lily. Out in Eddie's garden, birds ate sunflower seeds. Bees and butterflies drank nectar from the flowers, and creepy crawlers were busy in the earth, while Eddie, Lily, Mom and Granddad ate their picnic. It was the best ever. After the picnic, Eddie and Lily sat in their bean den. "Which do you like best, Lily, worms or beans?" asked Eddie. Beans for me," said Lily. So even Lily is learning something about plants. Well done. The end.